Yo,
The
every
rant.
Wednesday night, you
The
better
rant.
tune in tight at 7 p.m. CST. We bring in that insight. Halas Hall Report, best podcast in the game. Stats and facts, you'll remember the name. Host Ken Dub got the knowledge on lock. Co-host Woody, the Bear fan, talking all that talk. 3 Bear fans chilling, opinions on the side. We're here for the love, riding that Bear pride. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Lions think they're fierce with Dan Campbell's call, but all that greed ain't gonna help them at all. Same old story, we know how it goes. They just can't compete, everybody knows. Minnesota Vikings always talking smack, but when it's game day, they ain't got the knack. Sitting on the couch while we're making a stand. Over here in Chi-Town, we're the best in the land. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Packer fans yell blow pack blow, but can't see the truth. We're stealing the show. Rivalry heated, but we stay real cool. Halas Hall Report, yeah, that's the rule. With every episode, we build that hype. Stats and team news, we got the right type. Fan base strong, we ain't looking back. 2025, it's a winning attack. So gather round fans, put your hands in the air. Every Wednesday night, we're breathing that bear. Join the revolution, watch the magic unfold. Halas Hall Report, we're breaking the mold. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. So mark your calendars, don't miss a beat. Every Wednesday night, Halas Hall can't be beat. Stats, facts, team news on deck. Halas Hall Report, what did you expect? 2025, the Bears are here to stay. Blue and orange in the north, leading the way.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday edition of Halas Hall. I'm your host, the one and only sick man, entwined in his whoopee, feeling like death warmed over, Ken. And of course, I've got my partner who has no opinion on anything, Woody, this morning, and Bear fan Dan, and producer Mike. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Snoop, good
afternoon.
morning, my brother on there on X. Beautiful, great to have you on X. Hey, so the preseason's over, guys. And it didn't take long. The Bears have already made a cut before we get into some of the other stuff, just so you guys are tracking with it. The Bears have released former Packers wide receiver Samori Toure. They did that at about an hour ago, just over an hour ago. They made their first cut of the post preseason, get the roster down to 53-man era. So that's one gone. Because that's going to be one of our topics is what receivers are in keep. Well, we can forget Toure; he's gone.
Who?
Toure. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that the guy that dropped the screen pass? Oh, that guy. Okay, I got you.
Brand new fucking shirt.
Brand new shirt, and I spilled something on it, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a
rough life spilling stuff on a new shirt.
It is. What you gotta do. So look at the depth chart, or the 53. It's gonna be interesting at wide receivers. So Toure is gone. So, I mean, let's hit the game first, and then we'll hit that because the game's gonna impact that, right?
Yep.
For the wide receivers, right now, you would figure though, it's gonna be more Odunze, Burden, Almeida, Zacchaeus, Dervinay, right? And it's either going to be Tyler Scott or Jahadi Walker for that last spot. But man, you go to that game on Sunday and tell me Jahadi Walker did not make some of the most phenomenal catches.
Yeah. I if I was Tyler Scott, I'd be pissing my pants right now. Seriously.
What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, and I think Walker and maybe Scott were to the practice squad
I don't know if can Scott even go to the practice squad. Does he have enough years of service now where he can? I think he might be able to. But the question is, would Scott even make it to the practice squad?
Right.
I mean, it of course, the winning touchdown was a beautiful throw by Bajan, but that catch, no way. Beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, wow, when he caught that. I'm like, wow.
I think his touchdown dance would just make the team.
I mean, the toe tapper he had on the sideline earlier in that drive was worthy enough to keep him.
Yes.
He did drop the one ball. It was a pretty tough ball to catch, but he made some just phenomenal catches.
Right.
I think the Bears are pretty stacked at wide receiver. If we're talking like you got a guy like that, and you're like, well, he might not make the team. I think our wide receiver room is pretty good. Or do they maybe keep both Scott and Walker and maybe go a little not as deep somewhere else? Oh my God! Welcome to the stage, Bear Down Mike. It's been a while. So, I think of that wide receiver room. Jihadi Walker's got to have the edge over Scott with Toure being released already. Scott's been with the team a couple years, but he's never shown anything like Jihadi Walker just did.
And if they do, for some reason, they do cut him, there's a team out there that's going to soak him up within days, maybe hours.
I think the same might be true with Scott. I don't know. What do you think? If the Bears were to cut Scott, I would think.
I don't know. I mean, they just look at this year, but if you look at the past years with Scott, with his fumbling issues and stuff like that, drop passes, I don't know, but I think Walker would, if he would cut both of them, Walker be picked up before Scott would.
Oh yeah,
I think you got Velus Jones and Scott mixed up.
No, I don't. I don't have them mixed up. That's pretty damn the same. Gotcha.
So that's one interesting position we're gonna have to watch over the next day or two. The other thing that was interesting during the preseason game, the final game. So DeAndre Swift played.
Yeah.
So, Mike, can you hear us?
Yep, I hear you guys.
So, hey, real quick, before I move on to the running backs, what do you think? Is it going to be Jihadi Walker or Scott taking that last one?
Oh, Scott's gone.
What, Walker followed up by a
solidified as a number 6 receiver. I think we'll keep 6 guys.
Wow. Rough night, Mike?
6. So, okay, if we keep 6, that makes sense. It'd be Moore, Dunze, Burden, Zacchaeus, Duvernay, he's going to be kept basically for return responsibilities mostly, and then Jihadi Walker, that'd be 6. And then we go to the running backs to transition real quick. DeAndre Swift played, of course, on Saturday because he hurdled the guy and made national news. No Roshan, no Monangai. And here was an interesting one. No Ian Wheeler on Saturday night. He did not play. I'm wondering if that's a sign that Ian Wheeler has already made this roster.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
he made it.
So if we go with Swift, Rojo, Monangai, and Wheeler, all right. So who's the 5th guy? Travis Homer or is it Brown?
Brown.
I think they like Homer in special teams.
I like Brown. He's been running that ball pretty good.
Brown. Yeah.
And the question is,
you really think Wheeler made the team? Because on the Bears depth chart, I know it's weird on preseason, but he doesn't even reach the depth chart.
So here's the thing. He was healthy, and he didn't play Saturday. They had this whole big thing pregame about him going back to Kansas City. We're 1 year to the day. He had the torn ACL, blah, 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 blah. And he did not play a snap in Saturday's game. So it's one of two things. Either they already knew they were going to cut him after a 2-touchdown great performance against the Chiefs or against the Bills, or he's made the team. Why would you not play him if he's fighting for a spot?
true, but usually the depth charts are pretty on point.
Well, but
Because
but it's
if-
preseason, so it's
you're-
ESPN guys ranking.
if you're gonna cut a player, but there's other teams out there, if you're definitely gonna cut a player, wouldn't you play him to see what other teams would do?
Yeah. But here's the bigger question: How many running backs? If we're going to carry 6 wide receivers, how many running backs are we going to carry? 4 or 5? If we go with 4, it might be Swift, Rojo, Monangai, and Swift, or
Wheeler.
or Wheeler. Thank you, Wheeler. And then there is no Homer or Brown. So that could be the case too. Or if maybe Rojo or Monangai are going to start the season on the IR or the PUP or whatever, then maybe we keep one. But I think didn't we keep only 4 running backs last year?
Yeah, we had Swift, Roshan. Because that was Wheeler got hurt during the training or the preseasons.
Right. So we moved Velus Jones to running back.
Velus,
and he was the 4th running back. So I don't know.
No, we didn't have Velus last year. Velus was at the Saints.
Velus got traded. He started the season with the Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We only have 3 running backs that are actually not on the injured list, and that's Brown, Swift, and Wheeler.
Right, yeah. Monangai, Homer, and Roshan are all quote unquote questionable, but
I think Homer is out the door.
Yeah,
for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Wheeler's making this team.
You gotta think Homer.
I think Roshan's gonna drop in the depth chart because he can't stay healthy.
I think Homer, like Homer and Scott, they had a couple years to prove themselves, and they haven't. So you bring these young guys in, and they're running the ball pretty well. For example, Brown. I think Homer's out the door.
Mm-hmm. I think they use Roshan in situational, like goal line and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what you got Wheeler to do now.
Yeah.
What about that Hankins?
He's hurt.
He's hurt.
Yeah, they're seeing that a number of the last or in the
so
most of the running backs were injured.
Most teams keep 4 running backs, right? And then a wide receiver, I want to say the number's not 6, it's like 5. Oh geez, where is it? 5 receivers is what most will keep, unless you get a special team said to your 6th guy. So those position groups, it's going to be interesting to see which receivers. And like I said, was it Wednesday? We're actually pretty deep at running back and wide receiver. So it should be interesting to see who gets cut. And I think whoever gets cut could be picked up pretty quick. And the same is going to be true with the offensive line guys. Because look at Joe Thuney did not play Saturday. Luke Newman played, and he didn't do bad. He wasn't great, but he did not do bad. So I think right now at the offensive line, the starting lineup looks like this: Braxton at left tackle, Thuney at left guard, Dahlman at center, Jonah at right guard, Darnell Wright at right tackle. And your backups are Ozzie Trapillo, Luke Newman, Doug Kramer, Ryan Bates, Kieran, Theo Benedict, and Bill Murray. And I think everyone else gets cut.
Yeah, Trapillo is going to be that swing tackle before even Kieran gets in the fucking play.
Well, they have Kieran behind Darnell Wright, and they have, now this is ESPN, of course, but and Ozzie behind Braxton. But I think Theo Bennett could actually be next up at left tackle because he played really good in this preseason. They like him, and they like the kid that played for Thuney, this weekend, Luke Newman. Luke Newman's kind of surprised a lot of people. Isn't he undrafted free agent rookie too?
Yeah, I was impressed by Newman. I think he makes the team.
So a lot of undrafted free agent rookies making the Chicago Bears roster the last couple of years. I mean, it's not completely unique, but the Bears seem to excel at that, like finding these guys that don't get drafted. And so, like when guys, I know was it Broski who says, "Oh, but Poles can't draft in rounds 4 through 7." Yeah, but he finds these undrafted free agent rookies that more than make up for it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you got to hit on those picks though. You can't always rely on an undrafted rookie.
Well, I mean, but look, you're going to hit on one or the other. It doesn't. I don't care which one he hits on, as long as he's hitting on something. Like if he hits on the 5th rounder, great. But if he doesn't hit on the 5th rounder, but he hits on an undrafted free agent rookie, in a weird way, even better because it saves the team money on cap. Because there is a cap difference between a 5th rounder and an undrafted free agent rookie, and there's a difference in contract time. Undrafted free agent rookie is a 3-year deal. 4th rounder is a 4-year deal. That can be, and it's less money, a lot less money. So, by less money, I mean like $300,000-$400,000, which in the aggregate, if you add them up, I mean, I don't care where he gets them, as long as he gets them. I guess is more the point, right? Like if he hits on the 5th rounder, like look, it looks like he hit on the 7th rounder with Monangai. It looks like his middle round guys are kind of hitting, but they have definitely hit the head on undrafted free agent rookies. There's like 2 or 3 that might make this team this year. Hippolyte looks okay. Sewell's been playing a lot better. Because he's been injured so much, which means I think our favorite linebacker might be on the way out the door, right there, Woody?
Yeah. I'm surprised. Speaking of linebackers, I'm surprised. I'm not. When we had discussed on Wednesday who's going to play, who's not going to play, I'm surprised T.J. Edwards played, and Swift, because we both said that they wouldn't play. But they did pretty good. Can Swift, can he hurdle people? That's the question.
I think he can. Well, the other guys who did not play Saturday, no Tremaine Edmonds, no Jalen Johnson, no Kyler Gordon, so no Spider-Man out there, no Shamar Turner, Dominique Robinson. I think he played just a little bit. Austin Booker didn't see the field. Obviously, Terrell Smith is out for the season. Trey Flowers, I don't know if I think he makes the team just because he's a vet.
Wow.
But I mean, because you look at the depth behind him, Caleb Haynes, Nick McLeod, Josh Blackwell is off Frazier. I mean, corners kind of could be some concern now.
I'm worried about that. I'm not keen on this right guy. He was getting burned left and right on Friday.
Oh yeah, Deshaun White, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm worried about that position. Hopefully, Jalen Johnson's healthy.
Yeah, Nashawn Wright did not look great. Jeremiah Walker didn't look awesome. Hopefully Jalen's back for week 1 and Kyler Gordon. But depth at corner. And speaking of depth, a guy who did look good, and they're using him in more situations now, Jonathan Owens. Have him doing kick returns and actually not doing a bad job. Not doing a bad job. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an extension. Because we've been doing this year-to-year thing on him. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an extension.
I like Owens, just my opinion, not punt return. We're already banged up enough in that defensive back room. We don't need more injuries.
Yeah, we don't need our safety going down. And you know what was nice to see was Brisker playing, and Brisker looked okay.
He was rusty, but he did all right.
Yeah. So we got about 2 weeks, right? We got just over 2 weeks now, 15 days till we get kickoff. A lot's going to happen. We've already cut one guy. I just refreshed and see if anyone else got cut. I haven't seen any other new cuts come. I wonder if we're going to wait till 3:59 Eastern time on Tuesday to drop them all, to drop the rest of these. Well, hey, Shiloh Sanders is available. He's already been released after getting cut yesterday for throwing that punch.
I'm sure Daddy had a few words for him.
Oh, yeah. Other news, the Vikings made a trade with the Eagles. They traded they got a 5th rounder in 26, a 7th rounder in 27, but they gave up a 6th rounder in 26, and quarterback Sam Howell They turned right around and signed Carson Wentz to back up J.J. McCarthy. Probably a smooth move by them to put a nice veteran behind their rookie quarterback there.
Oh my God.
The bigger question:
Are they trying to copycat us by us signing, even though Badge is probably the number 2, trying to signing Case Keenum?
Yeah, Bajan looked great. I don't know if we're going to keep Case Keenum. That's a good point, though, Dan. Do you guys think we're going to keep Case Keenum? Look, if we keep Case, we normally don't keep 3. We usually keep 2 on the active 53. I mean, we just signed Bajan to a 2-year extension. I don't see us cutting him.
No.
I see it keeping Case.
A lot of people say about it's old news about keeping the veteran quarterback. I think we keep Case. Sorry, that's me.
Yeah, I think we're all on that boat. But Ken,
Get rid of Reed or put him on the practice squad.
Reed will go to the practice squad. I feel.
No, I think he'll retire. Look, he was
100%.
He was going to retire to begin with, and we pulled him off the couch. Said, no, don't retire. Come here on this contract. Honestly, I don't see us keeping 3. And the way Bajan just played and has been playing, I don't see the whole veteran quarterback thing. I really don't see it. They got good enough coaching. They don't need the guy in the room.
Well,
it was the same argument we had.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, they got really good coaching, but they don't have the guy who played the position. He knows how to play it, and they're going to need his experience.
No,
to coach both of them, Caleb and Tyson.
So I get it. You got a 3-year guy and a 2-year guy, so we got to keep the 11-year guy just because he's been in the league 11 years. I mean, I don't think they keep him on the active 53-man roster.
Well, Ken, you did ask our opinion, right? That's my opinion that we're going to keep Case.
No. That's fine. I mean, I'm just saying I don't think they keep him on the active 53 because they're not going to want to give up the position at running back. Because if you do that, maybe you don't get to keep Jahadi Walker. Maybe you don't get to keep the running back or offensive lineman you want. Because
the only thing I'm saying is it can go both ways. But we're giving a veteran quarterback $3 million when we're usually giving them 10 or 13. Yeah, we just gave Bajan that extension. He deserved it. But for $3 million, I say they keep him.
No.
Yeah, only 13 teams kept 3 quarterbacks last year. That's it. Not even half the league. A third of the league about 3.
Well, speaking of roster spots, Dio. He
had one good play during all preseason.
He was only in one play all preseason.
No, he was in more than one play.
Yeah, he was in more than that.
He didn't look bad. He helped create some pressure. I mean, he did create some pressure. The hit that bad back crack that the Bears took. I mean, that should have been a flag right there. But I mean, it looked like him and Montez both had some rust on the wheels, but they both created some pressure Saturday night. They didn't get to Mahomes.
Yeah. Fucking Montez is gonna piss me off. He got to win his one-on-ones. He's getting beat.
I think though. Go ahead.
The starting defense. It was rough Friday to watch that.
There were holding penalties, but it's the Chiefs. They're not going to get them.
Typical.
With the preseason though, you're not really doing schemes. You're not doing stunts. You're not doing the stuff you do in the regular season. I give the advantage to the offensive linemen in a way in the preseason because the defense isn't doing the things that shake those guys free. And those guys aren't doing, they're just, they're getting after the quarterback, but they're not doing the special moves and all the other crap. But the fact that they were still able to create some decent pressure without stunting, scheming, or, doing a bunch of other special crap they normally do was somewhat gratifying. There you go. That's the word I'll use. But I don't know if Dio, we'll have to wait into the season. Now, look, if we can still, Trey Hendrickson's still out there, and he's a second-round pick and a young defensive player. If the Bears could swing that and swing the finances, obviously I think Bears fans would be pissing their pants if that happened. But I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm not going to bet that that's going to happen. Put it that way.
Yeah, but Parsons fits the timeline better than Trey Hendrickson.
Parsons is not happening. He's not happening.
I'm just saying it would fit the timeline better. I'm not saying they're going to go after him. I'm just saying if there was an opportunity, he would fit the timeline.
And the compensation for Parsons is a lot higher. Like the Packers literally offered 2 firsts, a second, and a fifth, and Jerry told them no. And then Jerry said, well, then Jerry says this: I've got 3 years to figure this contract out.
That's
Jerry's
a lot to give up and give them.
So yeah.
Jerry's not trading Parsons. So, I mean, everyone could probably put that pipe dream to bed. It doesn't sound like Jerry has any interest in the world of trading. And look, even at the game where he walks with the nachos, and they say, "Oh, come to Cleveland." He's like, "Call me," you know.
The Falcons.
Yeah, or he come to Atlanta.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that video.
And then he's laying down on the training table, and you know, I mean, Jerry's like, but Jerry's right. Jerry doesn't have to do shit. He's like, you're under contract this year, and if you don't get a good year, you're still under contract next year, and then I can franchise tag you, and then I can franchise tag you again. So Jerry has the power here right now. When the season starts, Micah might get a little bit back, but the Bears aren't making that move. I don't think they're going to sell the farm and screw up the finances of the cap, which Poles has done a great job of managing that much for Micah, unless we're win it now mode. And I don't know if we're in win it now mode.
Just go out and pick up Clowney.
Yeah. No, he signed, didn't he? Clowney signed.
No.
I don't know.
Or he was visiting the team. No, Clowney either signed or he was visiting with Miami or something like that. Let me see. Jevin Clowney.
No, it says plans to sign soon. That's it.
Plans to sign. Yeah.
What with
the Jets are after him?
Oh no. Yeah, he's not signed anywhere.
No, he's not. I think I saw him go talk to someone though last week. Yeah.
It's the Jets.
There we go. That's what it was. The Jets. Thank you. And I wouldn't put it past the Jets. They've been making moves.
They just made a trade with Vikings for a tackle, right?
Yeah, they've made a couple. They made a couple trades last week. They're bulking that team up. Look, they think they're going to make some noise out there in the East. In the AFC East.
They're going to have one hell of a run game.
Yeah, and I've been trying to fix it for all the viewers. Sorry, I don't know what's going on, but the Facebook pages on Facebook isn't working at the moment.
Yeah, so good morning, Yoli. It's under my Facebook, so if you're listening, good morning, Yoli. Or, sorry, good afternoon. Fuck that morning shit.
Oh, you said it right. It's good morning.
Fuck off.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's good morning here.
Oh, my God.
All right, at tight end. At tight end, obviously, we're keeping Cole Kmet. We're keeping Colson Loveland. Are we keeping both Smythe and Carlson, or are we only taking 3 into the season?
Oh, man. It's going to be, I mean,
Wilson. Blocker.
Yeah, Smythe is a blocker. That's why we got him. But Wilson's been picking it up. I don't see we keeping him. But Carlson, I don't know. I say we keep 3.
Yeah.
Which is the third?
Smythe.
Smythe.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with that too. Another Notre Dame kid. Why not? Makes sense.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Fortunately.
Let me see here. So running back, most teams keep 4. Wide receivers, most teams keep 6. I think we're pretty good. We covered the wide receivers right. It'll be Moore, Dunze, Burden, Zach Ayes, Dunnerve, and then Jahadi. There's your 6. If we go with 4 running backs, Swift, Rojo, Managi, and then the kid, Wheeler, would be 4. Quarterbacks, like I said, most teams keep 2. So if we keep 2, it's probably Caleb and Tyson. So we'll put Case on the possible. Austin Reed, welcome back to the practice squad. I don't think anyone's going to try to sign him. Most teams keep 3 tight ends. So we just covered that. Offensive linemen, most teams keep 9. So working with the 9, let's see what we got here. We got the starting 5 of Braxton, Tooney, Dahlman, Jackson, and Wright. Then you figure Trapillo, Newman, Huron, and then after that, it's either Ryan Bates, Theo Bennett, or Bill Murray.
Well, who can back up? Who can back up center if Dahlman goes down?
Kramer Jr.
Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer.
We drafted him a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I think Bill Murray may be out after the play of Luke Newman. And Theo Bennett's played really, really well. So, okay, I mean, that obviously you're keeping Ozzie. You just drafted him. Bates could go away, maybe. I don't know. Right now, Bates is 2 on the depth chart with Jordan McFadden and Chris Glaster behind him. I mean, at left guard, I think Luke Newman, Joe Tooney, that's good. If Tooney has to misplay, Luke Newman showed he can play. The question I guess comes down, if you're keeping 9, right, then you got your starting 5 plus Ozzie plus Kieran plus Luke. Then it's like, what, Bates or Bennett or Murray? Those are the 3. Bates,
I think Murray's out.
Yeah, Murray's out too, especially being injured.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's either Bates or Bennett.
we'll probably keep Bates. Our luck.
Probably gonna be Bates.
I mean, if you can stash Bennett on the practice squad and get away with it, I think that makes sense.
Yep.
He turned some heads in Chicago, but maybe not in the league. But there is also a good shot he could get stolen off the practice squad. So that's 9 offensive linemen. Defensive linemen, most teams keep 9. So looking at the Bears starting 9, you've got Montez, Grady Jarrett, who we have not seen at all in the preseason. Gervon Dexter, Dio. There's 4, and then you got Austin, Shamar, Billings, Dominique. Actually, I think maybe Zach Pickens, and that's it. Cutting Daniel Hardy, Chris Williams, Tanoa Kapasanga, Xavier Carlton, Jonathan Ford, and Jamari Chroma. I think they all get picked. Zach Pickens might be the final guy, but you know what, though? Hardy. If they decide to go with 8 and don't keep Zach Pickens, maybe that allows them to keep like Theo Benedict on the active 53 and keep only 9 D linemen, 10 offensive linemen.
I like Hardy, especially on special teams, but he's been tearing it up in the preseason too.
Yeah, they like Chris Williams too.
Shut up.
I think Dom Rob is gone. I think Pickens is gone.
Or maybe at linebacker, because most teams keep 7. Maybe we don't. I don't know. At linebacker, we got Tremaine, TJ, Hippolyte, Noah, Amen, Carl Jones. Maybe Swayze Bozeman. Maybe we just keep I don't know, Tremaine, TJ, Rubin, Noah, and after that, I'm not sure.
I think Bozeman's gone. I don't know.
I think defense, I think defense is where it's going to get a little more interesting. And maybe by keeping 1 less defensive lineman, we keep an offensive lineman if they don't think Theo Benedict will make it to the practice squad.
Hey, maybe we get lucky and the Cowboys release Jack Sanborn and he can come back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him I can't wait to see him week 3 in a Cowboy uniform.
Defensive backs, which includes your safeties, right? Most teams keep 10. So if you look at the Bears, that's Jalen Johnson, Brisker, Byard, Tyreek, Kyle Gordon. Then after that, you're looking at Zoff Frazier, Trey Flowers, Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks, and Nashawn Wright. Or I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah. and Nashawn Wright. That'd be your 10. So we'd be losing Blackwell, Cook, Perry, Tasheem Johnson, Caleb Hayes, and Nick McLeod.
We can't lose Blackwell.
No,
I think
Blackwell. I think he'll stay.
Yeah, he might stay. Maybe Trey Flowers will go instead.
Yeah, he's been that second pass interference call was bad, but that first one was clear, man. He's just getting beat.
So there's some interesting cut scenarios here with the 53, and then of course it comes down to who can make it to the practice squad and who gets scooped up.
There was 2 more cuts already.
What now?
There is 2 more cuts. Deion Hankins and defensive.
Oh, there's the running back.
Major Burns.
Yeah, he's hurt. Major Burns. That's a shame.
Well, Major Burns, they transitioned him to IR. They straight cut him because they don't have to now that he's transitioned to IR.
Oh, it says cut.
Because they waived him IR and then they transitioned him to IR. Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. That's interesting if they cut him.
Yeah, I'm looking it on NFL.com.
That means they would have had to give him compensation because he was on they transitioned him a couple days ago to the IR.
Yeah, he's on the IR, and so is Sean Wade.
Yeah, they didn't cut him. They just move him to the IR, right?
Yeah, he's just IR. Yeah. So the only real cut was Torre.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The former Packer.
Yeah, because otherwise they would have cut him a week ago.
It's interesting that the Bears they brought in Royce Freeman too at running back. To see what he would do with all the running backs that we have. I don't know if they're worried about an injury. The ones that are main guys, that's why they brought him in. No clue at all. But clearly Brown, he'd probably be our last running back, I think, if they keep that many.
Man.
It's a tough life to cut the good players, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about the darling preseason guys that we love get cut all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, that's why you've been starting to see more talk of expansion in the NFL because there's so much talent. I think the NFL believes they could probably add 2 teams and not hurt the talent level of the NFL because there's so many guys like your Ian Wheelers who are on the bubble who if they played for an NFL franchise could have a good career, right? Yeah. Or guys like that. So, or like this year, Case Keenum, like he could still be a backup somewhere, or even maybe possibly a starter somewhere. Well, maybe not a starter, but so there's still room for these guys. I mean, quarterback-wise, maybe there's still a gap in finding the right quarterback, but there's enough quarterbacks out there to make teams, even the worst teams, somewhat, competitive. But when you look at these other skill positions, there are so many good wide receivers and running backs out there.
Yep.
So maybe it is time for the NFL to expand. Because the Bears got a couple guys that they're going to cut, and like Travis Homer will get picked up. I have no doubt if they cut him, he'll get picked up somewhere. If you look at the wide receivers, Tyler Scott will get picked up somewhere.
Vikings.
Yeah, maybe
they need wide receivers.
Yeah, I would have traded with Minnesota to send him Case Keenum back there.
Even let's say if the Bears do something like maybe they cut Ryan Bates because you didn't really hear much about in the preseason, right? And to keep a younger guy like Theo Benedict, right? Maybe Ryan Bates will get picked up pretty quick. I don't know. I mean, there are some guys that the Bears will cut that won't make it to the practice squad because they'll get scooped up pretty quick. And same's true for some of these other teams that are rich at certain positions. So it is going to be interesting watching the waiver wire Tuesday. Because remember, at Tuesday by 4 p.m. Eastern is when everyone's going to have their 53-man roster solidified. Then you go into the 10-man practice squad signings, which usually happen within, an hour, right? Most teams have their guys signed. But then you always got the ones that'll start leaking through, like, all right, I signed Bear Down Mike to my 10-man practice squad. Oh, but the Jets cut Woody, and I want Woody. So now I'm going to go sign. I just find that after sifting through the million names of players to be cut, they cut him. Let me get him signed to my practice squad real quick. Sorry, Mike, you thought you had a roster spot. You don't. That happens a lot too, right? So Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be very interesting. And then you still got your Javon Clowney's out there and guys like that are still going to take roster spots.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy. The first day. Well, today is actually the first day, but everybody's off Sundays.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday's the end date.
Tuesday by 4 p.m. Eastern is when they have to have it in. So, a lot of teams will wait. I mean, you'll see some players that'll get cut today, tomorrow, but the bulk of it will happen in the last hour. Teams will just wait and they'll dump 30 cuts at once on the NFL.
Who's your guys' surprise cut?
Surprise cut for the Bears? Ooh, good question.
Yeah. I got mine.
All right, who is it?
Zay Frazier. He's been out with personal. We don't know what the hell's going on. I thought I saw an article about him being cut potentially. I can't find it though.
All right, what about you, Woody?
Surprise cut. Oh boy. I don't know. We go with my boy Ian Willier. If he gets cut, I'm going to be surprised.
What about you, Mike?
Mike's off.
Off in producer land.
Oh, I'll go different than everybody else. I say we we keep Pickens and maybe cut Robinson.
Ooh, you're saying Dominique Robinson might get cut. Okay. Interesting.
I thought he was going to say Billings.
Yeah. That would be
No,
Do you think Billings gained? Do you think Billings gained weight at the offseason?
It looked like he did.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but here's the thing with Billings, he's actually healthy. You got Booker, Turner, Robinson, all fucking injured.
It's not like the guy in Tampa who's sitting on the sideline trying to lose weight.
I mean,
well, my surprise cut isn't
Yeah, but that's a way bigger dude than Billings.
Oh, that guy is huge.
Dude, big boy.
My surprise cut's not a surprise to you guys probably because I already said we're going to cut him. That's Case Keenum.
Badger.
I think they're going to cut Keenum.
You say Badgett? What a fucking
No, that was Bill. I mean, Packer fans would love to get Bagent.
Hey Bill, did you get your golden jersey yet?
My bad.
I am trying to get her his rookie card thanks to Mike. Hopefully Mike gets me one.
Sign that says to Mike.
Hey, I would still take it if it says to Mike. I would still take it.
Oh
Hey,
my God!
Already signed a picture for me.
Oh my God!
No, I think you're right though, Ken. I think Geno's out, bro.
Yeah.
I'll give him a bigger head than he has now, please. Come on, Bill. Fuck.
Ooh, breaking news. The Chiefs are trading with the Jets to bring back defensive tackle Derek Nandi. First sources deal includes a 2027 conditional 6th, 7th pick flop. That is the Chiefs and the Jets making deals today. Wow. There have been a lot of trades in the last week or so. I guess the question, and we can kind of speculate a bit more on this. What are the odds? I mean, I'm not even going to talk about Micah because I think Micah is more of a non-issue because of what Jerry said. How he has 3 years to get this deal, blah blah blah, all that stuff. What the guy who seems like a more likely candidate, someone we've talked about, then ruled out, then talked about, then ruled out. But with the draft with the compensation being a second round pick and a young defensive player, what do you think the odds are that the Bears make a trade for Trey Hendrickson? And what do you think player wise we would give up for Trey Hendrickson along with the second round pick? And we'll go to Bear Down Mike first.
You got to make the money work, right? So I think 2 firsts and maybe Dio.
Okay, the asking price is a second and a young
is that
player.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So probably a second and a Dio, maybe a Booker. He's young. He looked pretty good in the preseason. He looked phenomenal, I should say. I'm not big into the Trey Hendrickson trade.
Well, I can already tell that Woody didn't like that when you said Austin Booker.
No.
Well, they want a young player, so you got to make the deal work. They want a young player. That'd probably be the guy they would be looking at, or like a Stevenson. I'd be okay with Stevenson going.
That's what I was going to say. If it would happen, I think it's a 5% chance. I said Tremaine Edmonds, but he's not too young. But yeah, I said definitely Stevenson.
But you know what the problem with giving up Tyreek is? Then now you're starting right corner is Trey Flowers.
Well, there's other people you can go look at. They're going to get cut.
Yeah, maybe. But that's a possibility. Tyreek Stevenson, because he's young, under control. He's got another year left on his contract because he's still on a rookie deal for this year, next year. Deo isn't bad. You just signed him to an $8 million deal, but hey, that's football, and unless he has a no trade clause, guess what? I think that could work.
It's business, nothing personal. It's just business. It's good business.
I mean, the Bears think Dio is going to take that next step and be that big pass rusher, but I'm sorry. If I'm going to put a bet on the future, let me see. I can go with Dio or I can go with Booker. I think I'll go with Booker and trade Dio and to get Trey Hendrickson. But I agree. I think
even if it was just like Woody said with Stevenson, what Trey would bring to this defensive line is way more than what Stevenson can do.
But,
so even if they keep like a Trey Flowers, having Trey Hendrickson is going to help Trey Flowers out.
That's true. Mike, what do you think?
Oh, I talked to Bill the Packer fan on the Trey Hendrickson thing, and I just personally don't think he's Poles is going to make a move to get Hendrickson.
Well, okay, for sake of argument, let's say he does want to pull the trigger on the trade and give up a second rounder and a young defensive player. Who would be that player you'd be comfortable giving?
I think I would probably go with you guys. Like you said, the safety, Stevenson.
All right, so we got a couple votes for the corner there. Tyreek Stevenson.
I got a question. What if they ask for Brisker? Would you do it?
Not with no contracts next year under safeties, no.
I mean, well, no, but that's the thing. You don't have a contract on him for next year, so I don't think they would go for it. I think Brisker is one of those situations where he has no trade value until the trade deadline when he's played for about half the season, shown that he's back to being Brisker. And at that point, I think the Bears just try to re-sign him if he's playing well, because we have no one on our contract, like Woody said, for next year.
Well, with our cornerback issues, though, I think we're going to be looking anyway, see who gets cut, because we don't know about Jalen. I'm not keen on Wright either, or Trey Flowers. So,
yeah, Wright, Walker.
So, what do you want, Vildor back?
Fuck off, Vildor. Oh my God! Bring them both back. V and V, baby. Velas and Vildor.
Oh God!
So So we're gonna get some interesting cuts this week, man. It's gonna be, I think Wheeler made the team though. I think that's the only reason he didn't play Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see if we stick to like the 4 running back, 6 receiver kind of mold, or like 2 quarterback or 3 quarterback. Obviously I'm the only one of the 4 of us who thinks we're only sticking with 2
go to
quarterbacks.
Charlie's Pizza, get me a cheesesteak.
Ooh, a cheesesteak.
Oh, you're gonna make pizza.
Oh, she's making pizza. Where's bars?
It's not good for a cold.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
And sick. He's like, wow. Wow.
Only reason I'm not on camera is I'm wrapped up in the whoopee this morning. So yeah, I'm just hopefully I'll be feeling better by midweek.
So at least the only positions we have held down is punter and kicker.
Yeah. Obviously it's gonna be Torrey Taylor. Obviously it's gonna be Cairo Santos. That's obvious. I mean, looking at the lineup, it's a pretty good lineup, and we haven't seen the full lineup yet, right? Like I said, Tooney did not play this week. We haven't seen Grady Jarrett yet on the field. We haven't seen Tremaine Edmonds, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon. There's a lot of guys we have not seen yet. So depth is obviously going to be an issue with this team, and we know that depth's an issue. Look what happened to Detroit last year. So depth is definitely going to be an issue that we need to pay attention to. But I think we like running back, receiver, we got great depth. Offensive line looks like we got. Isn't it weird? Last year for the offensive line, we were like, oh my God, we have nothing. Now looking at it, like, man, we actually got depth. We got some starters and we got depth.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about the offensive line. And this is like the most psyched I've been in years about this depth and with this offensive line. So
and then the other side in the trenches, I'm pretty psyched too. I mean, the one weak spot I guess you could point to is because he's a little bit of unknown is Dio. But Sweat, Jarrett, and Dexter Sr., that's a pretty good starting. That's a good 3/4 of your front 4.
Yep. Now they just got to do their job and get to the quarterback like they haven't been doing the last couple of years either.
I think we'll see a lot more of Austin Booker this season.
Yeah.
But I mean, Booker, Turner, Billings, and Robinson being the backups. Oof, I'm digging the backups there too. So yeah, it's cornerback is looking like all of a sudden, which used to be a strength of this team, cornerback, the defensive backfield is becoming a little more questionable. I mean, the safety room's okay with if they're all playing Brisker and Byard, those guys, we know they're good. Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks, we know those guys are good. They're fine. But it's the corners, right? I mean, Nashawn Wright, Jeremiah Walker, Za Frazier, Trey Flowers, Josh Blackwell, who will probably make the team because of special teams anyways. But those are your backups, and there's some question marks there. So it's going to be an interesting cut down. So take away from Saturday's game, what'd you like and what did you not like from Saturday's game, Woody?
I didn't like how the starters played in the first. No, they're like we said, starters. Caleb played the whole first half. That first series was rough. But I'm excited about is because of our depth that we can come back. But that's the one thing that I don't want is us being down early in games and have to come back in the second half. That won't work with some teams we're going against. But I am happy with the backups on Friday.
What do you think, Mike? Bear down, Mike.
Very sloppy out of our starters, especially that first play. Jesus.
Yeah.
I think Alameda is going to be a big focal point in our third downs. And having Colson and Komet, and I think DJ is going to fade, and Rome's going to take that number 1 spot. Caleb's still held on to the ball too long. He held it for almost 6 seconds and then got sacked.
Well, like I said, Mike, on Wednesday, 28 of Caleb's sacks last year is when he was holding the ball over 5 seconds.
Now, granted, that only happened one time in that half, but I get what you're saying, Mike. I get what you're saying. His numbers though were impressive overall for he had a QBR of 129. His completion percentage was over 70%. He had that nice touchdown to Rome. But yeah, I mean, I think he still needs to clean up get rid of the ball situation. Don't hold the ball too long. We're always going to find something to complain about with the quarterback, though. That's for certain.
And it seems like in 2-minute situations, he's very good, right?
Yeah.
He came down, scored with 30 seconds left. He just needs to be more consistent.
But, I think, though, part of it, though, like if you look at the first play, obviously the Bears, if you look at against the Bills, they came out throwing the tight ends right away. And then when they came out against Kansas City, it was running. So I think the emphasis was more on running the ball and doing things running-wise and not throwing. And then maybe that threw Caleb off a little bit and why he started a little bit slow because what they wanted to put the emphasis on to start that preseason game. I mean, remember, these are plain Jane vanilla plays, and they want to work on certain things. And I think that maybe they wanted to work on the running game, and that's what we saw early on from the one offense was that. And to have the first play happen like it did, I'm happy it happened when it happened versus week 1 or week 2. Like, okay, now we can fix that, right? But we got a few minutes left. Mike, the Bear fan, what'd you like and what didn't you like from Saturday's game?
It's Friday, Ken.
It was Saturday.
Oh, it was Saturday?
Friday.
It was Friday.
Friday.
Thanks.
It was Friday.
But
My
thanks,
bad.
though. That's all right.
I'm
That's all right.
sick. I'm allowed to.
I'm here to correct you. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is
Conversing with Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, he's conversing with Bill.
Here's another thing about Caleb. When he threw to Rome that was being covered, double coverage. Yeah, he had Swift right there in front of him, wide open. He could have got they 5 yards. He could have got that.
Yeah, but
he's missing the layups.
Yeah, but he got the touchdown. So
no, not that time. It got broken up. I mean, he did eventually, but he's still missing the layups. That's not always going to work. He's always missing the layups.
Here's the thing, though, and that's why I love when we're critical about quarterbacks. Like, every quarterback has plays like that where we can always go, oh, you threw to this guy, but you could have thrown to that guy. I mean, not saying he couldn't have done that, but at the same time, every quarterback has at least 2 or 3 plays a game that you can point to. Why don't you go to this guy over here? Right? I mean, our view was obviously different from his view. Obviously, he has confidence in Rome. That's why he went there. Sure, he could have maybe done the dump off pass to Swift had he chose to. He chose not to. But, maybe that's something in the regular season. He does the dump off to Swift instead. But in the preseason, I don't mind him trying to throw it into coverage like that and trying to get a play. That's what do you call it? Knowledge for the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. We would like to have Ben wants a big explosive offense, right? I'm okay with just the boring offense, and we're winning games.
I think we'll get a combination.
I think we'll all be okay with that.
I think we'll get a combination of both. We're going to get some games where this offensive is just going to explode, and we're going to have some games where it's going to be a little less explosive, but they'll do just enough to win. But we'll get into that as we get into our predictions as we get closer to the season in a week or two, and a couple shows from now. But hey, as far as today, guys, thank you for everyone for coming in this morning on a non-football Sunday, our last non-football Sunday for a while, because next week, we got next week's a non-football Sunday as we ramp into the regular season, and then we're going to get the regular season, and the games are already going to be for real. Thank you, Snoop and Ken and everyone on the Facebook pages who commented this morning. Thank you, Woody, Mike, and Mike for being here. Of course, we'll be back here Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, I'll be back on camera and not sick as a dog. Keep your eye on the waiver wire, everyone, and bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.